Clear. غَيْرُ عِوَجًا. No mixed match about it. Nothing crooked in it. And we learned that there's 3 types of words. We started dealing with the harf. So the harf. And the first thing we learned is that the harf can be broken down into 3 types also. What is the first one? Or give me one of them. The first one is the alphabet. And that's just simple letters. We covered that. We finished the alphabet. We covered the alphabet when we did what? Master letters, right? We mastered the letters. If we did it properly, we memorized everything it is to learn how to pronounce and know those letters. Right? Like we did fa. Fa for ikhfa for family. The formulas for free. Force 80 for yourself and then turn around. See 4 or 5 front teeth will fall upon your inner lip. Fa. Say fa. Now count how many teeth fall on it. 4 or 5 front teeth will fall upon your inner lip and gently form the fa because before life forces them to flip or split. Right? So we know exactly where to pronounce fa. And we have those sounds that sound like fa or that are fa that we can use. And we know fa for ikhfa. So we know the tajweed for fa is what? Ikhfa. And we know 80 is the number tied to it because every letter has a number tied to it. Right? So that's basically what we did with the alphabet. Right? Now we're done with the alphabet. What else is there with these letters? There's connectors. Let's put that last. Connectors. But what are connectors? What are connectors? No, that's not a, no. An ismun is a kalimatun dallat ala ma'na fi nafsiha wa lam taqtaran bizaman. An ismun is a word that points to a meaning in and of its own self. It has a meaning independent of its own self, right? And it's not connected to a time frame. Give me an example. Give me a word that has a meaning by itself, meaning another word doesn't have to be there for me to understand that. And it's not connected to a time frame. Abdul Hamid. Building. Give me one. Abu Ayyub. Man. Give me one. Ali. Car. Ali Thani. Dog. Ibrahim. MashaAllah. I'm going to leave it alone. Okay, so everybody knows what an ismun is. What is a fi'lun? Action word. Dun, dun, dun. This is a super noun, and the action word is a movement, right? Something that happens. I don't know your name. I forgot. Amin. I'm sorry. SubhanAllah. I should remember that. My cousin's name is Amin. SubhanAllah. So we have a فعل كلمة دلت على معنى في نفسها وقد اقترنت بإحدى الزمان. Right? So it's a word that points to a meaning in and of itself, same like an ism, except the difference here is connected to a time frame. That's the only difference. Never learned that in English. And the only difference between an ism and a fi'l is one's connected to a time frame and the other one's not. Right? And the time frames are 3. What are the 3 time frames? Immediate. Let's go immediate time frame. Then we got present, right? Going into the future. And then what do we have? Past. So now give me one that is immediate. Immediate is called an order, right? Because an order means to be done now. Just like if you told your child, get up and go clean your room, and they kept sitting there watching the TV, you would go crazy. They have to call BCW on you. You know what I'm saying? Because, but the child said, hold on, I was going to do it, but when I'm finished with the Muppets, you know, or Boy and the King, I was watching the program, chill. You say, nah, an order is immediacy, right? You wouldn't understand that unless there's conditions sent to it. Either ja'a nasrullahi wal fath. Either there's a condition set. When the Boy and the King is over, then go clean your room. You set a condition. When the sun sets, then make maghrib. You understand? Otherwise, it's immediate. You guys got me? So present future is something that you're doing now and it's going into the future. I'm walking. I walk. I'm going into the future. Right? ING rule. Past tense. I walked. Right? So, we're not dealing with that. A connector is a harf. It's anything that's not an ismun or fi'lun. It's a word that points to a meaning in other than itself. And it's not connected to a. So it's the weakest of the 3. Kalimatun dalat ala ma'na fi ghayriha. In other than itself. Give me an example.
2.
Ameen. Give me an example. He said 2. That's a good one. 2. Because 2 don't mean nothing to me. You mean the number or you mean what? You mean nahaya. The end result. Right? So 2 is a word that points to a meaning in something else. I need another word to understand it. To the door. To my house. To bed. right? So it has a meaning in something else. It gives a meaning. Under is a word that has a meaning in something else. Under the masjid, under the bed, under the house, under me. You see that? So give me a word, I mean.
Behind the car.
Behind, that's right, behind the car. He threw his hands up, west side. That's not the line. Give me a word. In the house, in the masjid, in trouble. Right? That's what I used to hear. Everybody got that? That's a connector. That's generally what people mean when they say a harf. They mean a connector. These are connectors. They make the speech. Without which you find it hard to say something. Right? Because you got these connectors. Because it's a connector. Got me? All right. We're missing one. What are we dealing with now? Letters with meaning. That's today's lesson. Letters with meaning. There are certain letters in the Arabic language that come and add to the word. Okay? And most people have a problem because they don't know which part of it is the word and which part of it is extra. We're going to clear that all up right now. 2 minutes. Give me time, friend. Give me 2 minutes or 3 minutes. We clear up that whole thing right now. Everybody with me? Can I go ahead? Can I clean up? Y'all ready? Did that get you hyped? You want to know what to... Nah, but everybody has that problem. So we're going to see if we can clear it up right now. I know they got me on the timer now, right? Look, a word in Arabic is written fa'ala. That's a verb, okay? Fa'ala. These three things are the three roots that you use for any word, okay? Now, things you add to this word are not part of the root. The root in and of itself has its own meaning, okay? The root has its own meaning. Somebody say a word in Arabic, any word in Arabic. Kitab. So the root is katabah, okay? Kitab is kitab with an alif. So alif is an extra letter, okay? That you add in the middle between the second and the third root to make and put a kesra on it, and now you have the word kitab, okay? Sihab, which is a cloud, comes on the same scale from sahaba. You get me? So you need to know what letters are going to be extra. By looking at this, if I want to find this word, if I look in the dictionary, I won't find kitab. But if I look it up on the ketaba, it's there. So the alif is extra. How do I know the letters are extra? Sa'altumuniha. This is it. Sa'altumuniha. These are the letters, extra letters. These are all the extra letters that you need to know. Anything else is a noun. It's an ismun. Okay? Sa'altumuniha. A sin, an al, a hamza, a lam, a ta, a mim, a wow, noon, ya, ha, and the alif. We saw the alif in practice in kitab. Right? We can see the sin mixed with the ta. Let's do this one. What is this word? Ghafara. You see it? Pay attention. You see this word is ghafara, right? What does ghafara mean?
Has forgiven.
Excuse me? Has forgiven. It's past tense verb, meaning he forgave, right? So he is what is this? Al-Ghafur. See the extra wow right there? We got the wow right there. It's added. It's extra. You see that? Or if I want to seek his forgiveness, what do? I do ista. A sin with ta. Right? Sin with ta. Which means to seek. This right here, this construction, means to seek. Right? To request. So I do what? Astaghfiru. Astaghfir. You see that? You got me in this word? These are so how do I find this word? I'm looking at where, hey, you know this means to seek. This is talab. These are letters of extra. Extra letters. I just got to look up the ghafara.